In this tutorial, we're going to look at two ways of displaying things. We're going to look at changing the background color, and we're going to look at centering things horizontally on the page. To begin with, I have constructed the skeleton for my web page. I have my doctype tag, my HTML tags. Inside of that I have my head and my body, and inside the head I have the title, and I've called it Tutorial 5. If I open and have a look at this, this is what I have, a blank page with my title at the top. So, let's put some content in. This is the content. If I refresh my page now, we'll notice that it is left aligned. So how can I center this? Well, there are a number of ways of doing this, but the best way of doing it is to use something called CSS. CSS stands for a cascading style sheet. So we're going to introduce a new tag. We're going to use this up in the head. We're going to introduce something called style. Now styling is very powerful. Just by writing 1 or 2 lines up here, we can affect everything in the whole document. Now the way it works is like this. Here in our document we have a body tag. So up here, if I write body and put some curly brackets in, whatever formatting parameters I put in here will affect the entire body and everything in it. So if I wanted to set the background color, I could just type background color, and then I need to set a color. You put a colon in and end it with a semicolon. Now, how do you put colors in? Well, HTML is pretty smart. If I just type red, Control S and save, and refresh, it will know what red is. If I just put in something like blue, it has an idea what blue is. It's even smarter than that. I could just type in light blue. It has an idea what light blue might be. You can even put in obscure things like fuchsia. And it knows what fuchsia is. Now where can you find a list of colours? Well, let's go to Wikipedia. If I do a web colours search for Wikipedia, I get this page. Now here, about halfway down the page, or well, a quarter of the way down the page, you can see it has all these standard colours like white, silver, grey, black, red, maroon, etc, etc. But then you can keep going down and you can get all types of different colours that it just knows by the name, like dark salmon, or dark sea green, or medium slate blue, or dark cyan. But for now, maybe I'm going to put mine as corn silk. And my browser just knows what corn silk is. So that is how I can set a background color. Now the next thing I want to do is I want to center all my content horizontally. This is very simple to do. It's only going to require 1 line of code to center everything in the whole document. So it needs to be in our body up here in CSS. And all we have to type is text hyphen align colon center. Now if we have a look at that, it is now centered. There are other ways we can do this as well. We can align to the right. By default, it is aligned to the left. But for our purposes now, we're going to go with center. Now while this is applied to the entire body, it will affect everything within it. So if I did a paragraph, that will also be aligned to the center. I can override that for the paragraph. I can go text align left. And now my paragraph is on to the left. All paragraphs will be on the left. And if I type content after that, this is more content. Because it is not in a paragraph, it will also be centered. So you can play around with the alignment of different parts of your document.